This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for January 31, 2023. And in the news this evening, Justice Minister urges citizens to be fearless in reporting criminals. The Minister of Justice has called for Jamaicans to be fearless in reporting criminals to the relevant authorities. Delroy Chuck said people must find appropriate means to convey information on wrongdoings in their community. He argued that the citizens cannot cower in fear since the criminal elements are not exercising restraint.
These killers, these criminals are heartless. They don't mean anybody any good. Take it from me. When people go to kill and to maim and to shoot, they don't care if it is a target they get. That's it. As long as they try to get the target, if anyone gets hurt, it's collateral damage. So what I'm saying to you is that our society, the people in our society, must become bold and brave, not to expose themselves to danger, but bold and brave to inform and cut out this nonsense about informer for dead.
Thousands converge at the traffic court on final day of reprieve. Thousands of motorists converged on the corporate area traffic court today as they attempted to settle outstanding traffic tickets. Today is the final day for the reprieve on the payment of outstanding tickets. The lines of motorists attempting to avoid incurring demerit points snaked from the court building along Melbourne Road, spilled onto South Camp Road, and resulted in a traffic snarl along the major thoroughfare. Today's crowd appeared to dwarf all other days combined since the reprieve was granted, with some motorists indicating that they were out from as early as 3 a.m. seeking to clear outstanding tickets. But many of the motorists will not get to see a judge today. Instead, what they have is a printout of their traffic ticket, which will be stamped by the court administrator, so if they are stopped by the police, they will not be arrested. The Court Administration Division says it has added more manpower in an attempt to speed up the process of dealing with all who have turned up for court. When questioned about the process of clearing up the tickets and avoiding demerit points, Director of Communication in the division, Kadish Fletcher, said motorists are attending court for a judicial process and the judge will determine the eventual penalty.
So when persons go into court, for example, and based on the charges and so on, the license is suspended, for example, people are like, what is going on here? Because I thought I was coming to pay. But no, it's a judicial process. It's not an administrative process. It's a judicial process. And so when you come into court, this is after we would have gone through to locate your ticket. When you come into court, the clerk is going to read your charges, meaning the offense on the ticket, and then ask you to enter a plea. Because the traffic ticket it's a criminal offense, and so you have to enter a plea. And persons are surprised by that when they come to the court.
SSL instructed by FSC in 2013 to seize the securities business. The news has received copies of letters sent by the Financial Services Commission to Stocks and the Securities Limited in 2013, instructing the company to seize its security business following special audits done by the Commission. In the first letter dated January 3, 2013, and addressed to then President and Chief Executive Officer Mark Croskery, the FSC directed SSL to refrain from purchasing any asset that would affect the balance sheet of the company without approval by the Commission. The letter also indicated that the FSC has flagged the company from as far back as 2010. It directed that SSL should ensure sufficient capital is injected into the company by January 15, 2013, allowing it to satisfy the relevant benchmark relating to the ratio of capital to risk-based assets and other risk exposures. The letter advised that any breach of the directions would result in the Commission moving to revoke SSL's securities dealer's license. It was signed by then Acting Executive Director Leon Anderson. The second letter from the FSC to SSL, dated October 22, 2013, stated that the investment firm should cease all aspects of its security business unless it received prior approval from the Commission. It also directed SSL to avoid granting credit to related parties or other people and refrain from soliciting business from members of the public. In addition, the company was asked to provide all information, documents, records, access, and other assistance to any special auditor that would be appointed by the Commission. This letter was signed by then Executive Director of the FSC, Janice Holness. Bar owner with link paid $450,000 to provide firearm license. A bar owner was brought before a senior parish judge at the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court last Tuesday after he was accused of taking $450,000 as payment to provide a firearm license to the complainant. The court was told that last May 11 and 14, Dean Denton took $200,000 and $50,000 respectively from the complainant for the firearm license. He is also accused of taking another $200,000 on July 28 as payment. Denton, who pleaded guilty to 3 counts of obtaining money by false pretense, told Senior Parish Judge Lorian Cole Montague that he only told the man that he had a link to get the license. I didn't tell him that I work at the FLA. Me know somebody who said them can do it. Me tell him it's a link me have. I would like to know more about those links, Cole Montague said in response, which did not elicit a response from the accused. It was revealed that Denton is accused in a similar matter in St. Catherine. Denton, who has been in jail since November 19, was ordered to reimburse the complainant in the sum of $450,000 as part of his sentence. He was also told to return to court on April 21 when a social inquiry report is expected to be provided to the court. Policeman accused of corruption freed. Corporal Andrew Tinker, who was accused of soliciting money from a woman in exchange for a reduced station bail, was today freed of corruption in the St. Catherine Parish Court. Tinker's lawyer, Andrew Graham, argued that the prosecution failed to make a case. The Crown called 5 witnesses. The main witness, however, failed to turn up for court. The lawyer's no-case application was upheld by Parish Judge Nicole Kellier. Tinker, who is attached to the Spanish Town Police Station, St. Catherine, was charged on allegations of soliciting money from a woman who was arrested and charged with breaches of the Spirit License Act in September 2019. He denied the allegation. It was reported that Tinker solicited $2,000 to reduce the bail bond from $50,000 to $30,000. A report was made and following an investigation, a file was submitted to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, which ruled that Tinker be charged under the Corruption Prevention Act. Jamaica still missing the mark on Corruption Perception Index. Jamaica has seen no improvement in its score in the latest Corruption Perception Index. The latest data released by Transparency International on Thursday revealed that Jamaica's score remains 44 for 2022 when compared with 2021. A score of 50 and above indicates that the country is making an effort to tackle corruption, while those below the half mark are thought not to be doing enough to deal with incidents and reports of corrupted practices. Principal Director of the National Integrity Action, Professor Trevor Monroe, said despite more people exposing corruption and providing information, Jamaica appears to be standing still on the index.
Marking time, some would say. Standing still, others might suggest. Treading water below the level of the integrity level, 50, mark 50. The CPI 2022 released last night globally for 108 countries, has Jamaica still at a score of 44 and a rank of 69. So 68 countries are ahead of us, doing better. Last year it was 69, a movement of 1, not because our score improved, but because someone else fell. We appeal to the Joint Select Committee or the Committee Oversighting the Integrity Commission to make the recommendation to modify that clause which places an absolute ban on the commissioners from saying whether or not they're investigating a particular act or allegation of corruption. Number two, we appeal to the Joint Select Committee to recommend that the protection of whistleblowers be strengthened. We see where people are willing to come forward. That's why we saw all of those increases in reports to the Auditor General, reports to the Integrity Commission, despite the fact that the whistleblower law, the Protected Disclosures Act, still has significant loopholes. We call for the non-compliant directors either to rectify their illegality in directing public bodies or to be brought before the courts. If you want any further proof that public outrage does matter and bring results, then fast forward to the citizens' outrage over the SSL matter. You think that the FBI would have been called in? You think that the Bank of Jamaica would have been urged to take over the security sector had not all people shown outrage in music, in entertainment, in songs, in social media posts, on the streets, and the result is drastic action being taken. So what this tells us is that the more we speak, the more we stand up, is the more likely we are able to get positive results.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.